Good morning and welcome to the Mayor's Weekly News Conference. Today we're excited to celebrate today's Mayor for a Day, introduce our new Business Development Officer, announce the winners of the second round of the Flagship Fund, and unveil the new Commodore Fund. And now I'll turn it over to the Mayor.
Thanks, Renee. Welcome, everyone. In honor of Black History Month, as you all know, each Thursday in February now, we're welcoming one young African-American student from Erie's public schools to join us as mayor for the day. The students are selected based on improvement in their ABCs, and that stands for attendance, behavior, and class performance. The school district calls this the Stair Climber Award. Students who win this award are also recognized at the Erie School District's monthly board meeting. So at this point, I'd like to ask today's mayor for the day, Mahogany Wright, to come up and join me here at the podium. Mahogany? Thank you. Mahogany is an 8th grader at East Middle School. She's demonstrated positive behavior and works hard to succeed. Her day began today with Fire Chief Guy Santone, and he gave her a ride in his SUV from East Middle School here to City Hall. After arriving at City Hall, she received her lanyard and her name badge and toured parts of City Hall. After our press conference, the rest of Mahogany's day is going to include lunch with my team, a tour of the firehouses and a ride in a fire truck, and a tour of the Erie Police Station and a ride in a police cruiser. Mahogany is also receiving our mission and vision. She's also received 2 of my pens already and a city lapel. She'll also be getting a certificate commemorating her experience here today. Mahogany will submit a 2 to 3 paragraph student reflection on her experience as mayor for the day to her English teacher next week. She will then be asked to share her reflection at the school board meeting in March, on March 13th at 6 p.m. at East Middle School. Now I'd like to read the proclamation where we're proclaiming Mahogany as our mayor for the day. Whereas Mahogany Wright, a student at East Middle School, was chosen to be mayor of the day here in Erie on Thursday, February 21st, 2019. Whereas Mahogany Knight was selected to be mayor for the day because she demonstrates positive behavior and works hard every day to succeed. Whereas Mahogany Knight participates in the Mayor for the Day program in celebration of Black History Month during this month of February. Whereas Mahogany Knight will attend the Mayor's weekly news conference and share thoughts about Erie's future. She's going to tour City Hall, tour the police station, ride in a police cruiser, tour the firehouse, ride in a fire truck, and have lunch with the mayor's staff. Whereas Mahogany Knight will write a student reflection upon her experience as mayor for the day and share it with the East Middle School at the Erie School District Board of Directors meeting. Now therefore, on this 21st day of February 2019, I, Joseph E. Schember, Mayor of Erie, hereby recognize Mahogany Knight as Mayor of the City of Erie for the day. I commend her for her success so far and encourage her to make a positive difference wherever she goes. Mahogany, you are Erie's future. Congratulations. Good job. She told me she'd prefer not to speak, so. I also wanted to remind everyone with regard to Black History Month that Andy Steinmetz and our intern Courtney have also posted facts every day on the city's social media celebrating local African Americans. I'd urge you to take a look at that. You can see that. You can follow us on Facebook at #ErieBlackHistory. Now let's turn our focus to today's press conference to something exciting updates from our Department of Economic and Community Development. As you know, one of the primary focuses of my team is to create an abundance of good family-sustaining jobs here in Erie. Much of this work is done by Chris Groner and his team. They work with business leaders to help them create and grow jobs in Erie. Today, Chris has 3 exciting things to announce. First, he'll introduce our new Business Development Officer. Second, he'll be announcing 9 winners of grants in the city's Flagship Fund, which is a program he created last year. And third, he'll be presenting a brand new business grant program he's just created called the Commodore Fund. So without further ado, I'll turn the program over to Chris Groner. Chris?
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. Last month, we began our search for the city's new business development officer. And in a very short time, we received nearly 100 resumes and letters of interest for this position. And as we started to comb through that stack of resumes, it became clear that this was going to take some time, and there were a lot of quality candidates for this important position. As the main point of contact for the city's business outreach efforts, it was important for us that we found someone with the right mix of business and institutional knowledge, but also someone with sales and marketing experience as well. After all, a large part of what we do is to sell. We sell the city and what we have to offer, and we sell the assistance that we can provide to those who are ready to invest in their businesses and invest in Erie. So to that end, we believe we have found the right person with the right mix for this task, and I'm very eager to get to work with her. Her background and experience includes being a retail advertising executive, a regional advertising representative for a publication, sales and retail manager, and most recently the department manager for corporate and foundation support for WQLN. It was in this last role where she had the opportunity to network with many businesses and forge many valuable relationships. So at this time, I'd like to call up the city's new business development officer, Jen Hoffman, to say a few words. Jen, come on up.
Thank you very much. That was a wonderful welcome, and I feel really excited to be here. I can't even tell you how excited I am to join this team. They're doing such great things in Erie. 13 years ago, I returned to my hometown, Erie, after I had lived all over the country, actually. I spent some time in Cleveland, where I went to school. I spent some time in Washington, D.C., and then in Southern California, San Diego specifically. I spent years consulting with businesses, with nonprofits, organizations about their marketing, their advertising, and their operational efficiencies. I love a puzzle. I love a creative solution, and I absolutely love Erie. I think the time that I took away from Erie only made my love for this city stronger. When I came home and I can see everything that's happening, this is exactly where I want to be. I am eager to meet with city businesses, explore their goals, and assist them with economic development and growth. I'll be reaching out not only to these businesses, but to the economic development resources in town, looking for connections and solutions. As I settle in, I would invite local businesses to contact me. I would love to come out, schedule some time to visit your business, to find out what you do, and to find out how I might be able to help. My top priority is going to be the success of local businesses here in town. I will come and see you. I will bring the mayor, even, at your request, if you'd like us to come and tour. Please do contact me. Finally, I am happy to be your first point of contact for the Flagship Fund and the new Commodore Fund. Entrepreneurs, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd like to explore a lot of these creative solutions that we have. And thanks again for the warm welcome, everyone. I'm eager to get started, and so let's get to it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Jen. Welcome aboard. There's definitely a lot of work to do, and I'm excited that you've joined the team, so thank you. We invite city business owners and managers to reach out to either Jen or myself directly. We do want to talk to you. And as Jen mentioned, she's going to, one of the areas that she'll be busy in is the city's Flagship Fund. If you recall, this program is the city's first ever business grant assistance program and is funded with interest and earnings from our economic development and financing programs. Applicants can apply for up to $5,000, and there is a one-to-one matching requirement. Open application periods are January and July. And today we're excited to announce the businesses that were selected in the July round. There were 38 applications, and it was an extremely competitive selection process. But we're pleased to say that we're able to support 9 projects in this round. The businesses represent diverse sectors of our local economy, including tech, retail, arts and culture, manufacturing, a promising startup, and more. So now, and for the sake of time, we'll hear from 3 of the 9 businesses selected. And afterwards, I'll ask each of the businesses that were able to join us today to be recognized for their commitment to the city as well. First up is Sphere Brakes. Sphere Brakes is making history by developing the first Sphere brake system with a patented technology that leverages inherent design to outperform disc and drum brake systems in a much smaller package, unlocking new opportunities for multiple industries. The company has already created 2 new minimum viable brake technologies and are actively promoting and building prototypes and partnering with local manufacturers right here in Erie. And just so you know, I took that off of their website. I'm not an engineer, but it made me sound good, didn't it, Aaron? All right. So representing Sphere Brakes is co-founder and CEO Aaron Lewis. Aaron is a technologist and licensed project manager and has demonstrated leadership over 16 years with successful strategic military and business management. Prior to co-founding Sphere Brakes, Aaron served over 12 years in the military and led several business operations at GE Transportation. Aaron's with us today. Come on up, Aaron.
Good morning. Good morning, Mayor. Thank you, Chris, for that wonderful introduction. I just want to say a few words of encouragement and inspiration about the flagship fund. What a tremendous funding venue for this community. I could tell you that I've already put our fund to work. We're developing 3 new prototypes as we speak, 1 for rail and 2 for brand new 2-cycle applications. And without a doubt, those prototypes are going to enable us to get in front of some customers who are already interested in our technology in new industry sectors. And they're going to enable us to demonstrate our capabilities on those applications, both very heavy and very light. And we're very much looking forward to growing our business right here in Erie. And funds like the Flagship Fund, and I'm sure as we'll learn about the Commodore Fund, these are tools and venues that enable new and existing businesses to thrive right here in Erie, and also for us to sell our community as we attract my peers and other industries and small businesses to build a thriving ecosystem, whether it's startup or existing. So I just want to thank the mayor and thank Chris for this wonderful opportunity. I'm not going to let you guys down, and we are going to just continue building upon this legacy, and we're going to lay that very strong foundation here in Erie for many, many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. What you're doing really, truly is exciting and has enormous potential, not just for your company, but for our city. And we are behind you 100%. Thank you. And you are now officially a city business, too. You've planted your flag on the east side, and we're glad to have you. So thank you. Next up is a company that we've all become quite familiar with when the topic of local video production and content is discussed. Their work has become synonymous with high-quality, first-rate production. They are Menagerie Studio. Located in the Renaissance Center and in the heart of Erie's growing tech and innovation corridor, Menagerie Studio is a full-service video production and photo services studio. They specialize in broadcast commercials and online business video production, along with advertising and promotional materials development. Their work is used in industry and manufacturing sector. You've seen them do commercials for car dealerships, restaurants, retail, legal, medical, and professional services, as well as countless other small businesses from startups to industry leaders. Today with us and representing Menagerie is Jessica Yoakum. Jessica is a native of Erie and a graduate of the Penn State College of Communications, where she earned a BA in film and video. Her extensive portfolio of work includes published photography of national musical acts and more. And Jessica's with us today, so come on up, Jessica.
Good morning, everyone. Last year, my company produced a short documentary about the refugee population in Erie. It was called Rust Belt New Americans. And looking forward, we're looking to turn this series into a 12-part series where we travel around and gather other refugee stories around the country. The reason we applied to the flagship grant is because we need to upgrade some of our storage and equipment in order to pursue this project. So thanks to this wonderful program, we're able and we're on our way to funding this project. And I just want to thank the City of Erie for making this possible. So thank you.
Thank you, Jessica, and thank you, Menagerie Studio, for being part of our downtown and for investing in our city. Next up, I've already had the pleasure of working with the new owners of our next business, the Victoria Inn. Kevin and Vicki Mars recently purchased the Victoria Inn, formerly known as the George Carroll House on the corner of 4th and Peachtree. That transaction has ensured that this grand old structure would remain in good hands. The inn provides classic and historic lodging that is minutes away from the waterfront and all of the great local downtown restaurants, businesses, and attractions that are in the heart of our city. Kevin is able to join us today, so Kevin, can you come on up?
Good morning, everyone, and thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Mayor for this time, and Ms. Mayor for your time as well today, and Chris, and the selection committee for choosing Victoria Inn as one of the recipients of the flagship fund. We're very appreciative of the money. I'm sure, like all of you, those funds will be put to very, very good use. As Chris mentioned, the Victoria Inn used to be the George Carroll House. Is an old girl. She was built in 1872. So you can only imagine 147 years old, it needs a lot of work. As Chris mentioned, my wife Vicki and I bought it last August and put an extensive amount of money into the outside to put some new lipstick on it to make it look good. We really want it to be a showcase for downtown Erie. This has been something of a dream of ours for quite some time, to own a bed and breakfast. Like Jen, we lived in Southern California for almost 30 years and dreamed of having a bed and breakfast at one time. So when we moved back about 2.5 years ago, we said this is a perfect opportunity to give, first of all, to have that dream come true, but more importantly, to be part of the downtown. What's going on right now in downtown Erie is so exciting, and it gives us an opportunity to participate in that growth. So again, we really want this to be a showcase. We have a unique situation where we get to spend time with all of our guests each and every day, get to know them, but more importantly, tell them about Erie and tell them what's going on and all the grand things that are happening. And it's amazing, you know, people from Cleveland, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Canada, they just have no idea. And you can start to see the changes already. So thanks to programs like the Flagship Fund to help us small businesses thrive and give back to the city, we certainly appreciate it. So thank you, everybody, for your time, and thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for what you and Vicki are doing to add to our downtown and what you're doing for that little corner of our city. I wish I had time to invite every business up here to speak that was selected, but instead I'm just going to quickly acknowledge the other winners of this round. First up, and I think most of them are here, first up is Second Chance Restoration and Design, owner Chris Trott. We'll be utilizing these funds for some facade and building improvements. Erie Art Gallery, Brad Ford and Margot Wolf. Margot's here for some improvements to the gallery. Sammy's Market, West 7th and Liberty, for some lighting and exterior signage. Matt is here from Ethos Copywriting Company. Flagship funds will be going towards computer hardware and software. Vintage Modified Restorations, and I know I saw Matt was here. There he is, Matt Lonkey. Investments going for lighting and exterior signage. And finally, Pony Express, owner David Grab is with us today, with funding going towards building improvements and security cameras. So let's hear it for all of our great small businesses. We appreciate the opportunity to assist and that you're investing in our city. And so just as a reminder, the next open round for applications for the flagship fund will be in July, and we're looking forward to hearing from business owners and learning more about your potential projects. So that brings me to my last topic of the day. As we have been, as active as we have been in the department, we still continue to explore ways that we can build out our economic development capacity and find ways to fill gaps that exist within the various assistance programs at the state and local level. In the last couple of years, we have launched an additional low-interest financing program that has given us additional flexibility, the City of Erie Business Development Fund. Last year was the Flagship Fund, and now I'm excited to announce another new tool for our economic development efforts, the Commodore Fund. The Commodore Fund will be the City of Erie's latest business development assistance program, and it is designed to support real estate development, equipment investment, and business expansion. Grant assistance of up to $25,000 will be available for projects creating at least 10 new jobs in the city. Support of up to $10,000 will be possible for expansions and investments resulting in 5 new jobs created. Like the Flagship Fund, Commodore funding will be limited and the application process will be competitive. Commodore is designed to provide support to companies that are investing in creating jobs in the city, bringing market-ready products and services, enhancing the city's reputation for innovation and creativity, creating to a thriving and sustainable business culture, and improving the quality of life for our residents. Those who are interested and have sound proposals from all sectors of the economy are welcome to apply. Like the Flagship, the Commodore will have a 1-to-1 matching requirement. Grant dollars will be awarded on a reimbursement basis, and the new jobs created will need to be verified. Like the Flagship, it will be supported by the interest generated from the city's economic development loan programs. And registered businesses in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania with a physical address within the City of Erie or in the process of locating into the city will be eligible to apply. So over the next couple of months, we'll be developing the application and review process, and we anticipate the first open round for applications to be this summer. For more information on this or any of the other programs that we administer in the department, I would encourage you to contact either Jen or myself directly, and we do look forward to hearing from you soon. So at this time, I'll turn it back over to the mayor. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Chris, and thanks to all of our local businesses for the work you're doing, and we'll do all we can to support you. And I guess I just want to emphasize what Chris said at the end there. There's no taxpayer dollars in these grants. Chris manages currently a $7 million loan fund, which will soon be $11 million. It's the interest from that loan fund that's providing the funding for these grants, and we really think this is going to help Erie grow. And you heard from some great presenters today what they're doing here in Erie, the new things they're creating. It is really exciting. I also want to welcome Jen to our team. We're really happy to have you. We look forward to working with you, and I look forward to visiting local businesses with you as well. You know, one of my favorite activities is meeting with local businesses, discussing their needs, their plans for the future, and helping them reach their goals. I also, of course, want to congratulate again the winners of the second round of the Flagship Fund. Our small businesses are critically important to Erie's future. I value your entrepreneurial mindset, your creativity, innovation, resiliency, and hard work ethic. We look forward to continuing to work with you to build opportunity, restore hope, and transform Erie. Keep up the good work. Finally, I'm very excited about the new Commodore Grant program that Chris has created and developed. Chris, I want to thank you for your insight and initiative. You're constantly assessing where the gaps are, and you're constantly thinking about how you can assist local businesses. Thank you for the transformative work you are doing with low-interest loans, the Flagship Fund, microgrant programs, and now the new Business Development Grant Assistance through the Commodore Fund. That wraps up today's press conference. Thanks very much, everyone, for being here, especially Kathy Schaaf, our city council person who joined us today. Thanks very much. Our mayor for the day is available for interviews also, right?